Field Survey, Pachmari, conducted by the Department of Geography, JOGAMAYA Devi College during 14th November 2018 to 21st November 2018. It's our survey group, student of geography on its semester 5th. Our primary objective of the study is to bring out the relationship, the physical and cultural landscape of Pachmari, and for that specific purpose, we have to prepare the primary database from the landscape survey as well as the socio-economic survey. And another motto and objective of to study the fieldwork, to conduct a fieldwork to Pachmari is to make the student familiar with the lifestyle, cultural landscape, physical landscape, rather give a first-hand knowledge, to give a first-hand experience to the student how to conduct a survey. This is the main and foremost objective of our study. Why we selected Pachmari as a field venue? First one is the distance and connectivity. Pachmari is well connected by the railway and roadways. Rather, Pachmari is easily accessible to us. Second one is the budget and the expenditure. It's a budget-friendly location for our student. Out of the 7 words of Pachmari, we have selected only 4 words. Those are the habitat word of the Pachmari, and those 4 words are the very small words and perfect for the micro level study. Next one is the Pachmari is the land of scenic beauty. It's related to the Indian mythology and archaeology too. Pachmari is famous for its unique landscape, physiography and land configuration. Another social aspect, that is the safety and security. From that point of view, the Pachmari provides a pleasant social environment and conducive political atmosphere. Those are the reasons why we have selected Pachmari as our field destination. Planning is very essential for fieldwork. Here, we have segmented the fieldwork into the few parts, and this is the content of our field work. This is segmented into the few chapters, and we started that field work from the preface. Geographical location of Pachmari, it's from Hoshangabad district of Madhya Pradesh. Nearest railway station is Piparia and nearest airport is Jabalpur. It comes from the word Pach and Mari. Pach related to fives. We are related to fives is related to the 5 Pandavas of the era of Mahabharata, and Mari means caves. Here in right hand side we can see the georeference map of Pachmari. Historical background of Pachmari. Pachmari is the land of Gond people. They are the first people of India. Pachmari was discovered by the Britishers in 1857, and since 1857 it is developed as a cantonment town. Even after the independence, we are pursuing the same inheritance. Now Pachmari is a cantonment town. Pachmari is the land which is related to the life of Tatia Topi and Indian rebellion. It is recognized by the UNESCO as a biosphere reserve since 2009. Pachmari is related to the Indian mythology, the epic literature of Mahabharata, and it's related to the exile of Pancha-Pandava, and also it's related to the Indian archaeology. A research in 1935 revealed that the famous cave of Pancha-Pandava, basically those are the Mesolithic sites, and those are related to the early cave painting and rock cut painting. It is unique in landscape and physiography. From cultural attributes and mythological and archaeological attributes, it is unique. And from the point of cultural landscape and anthropological landscape, it's a land of Gond people, and it is shaped by the Gond first people of India. After independence, Dr. Rajendra Prasad developed Pachmari as a small urban unit. Basically, Pachmari is a perfect blending of cultural and physical landscape.
Pachmari is famous for its landscape and beauty. It lies in the Satpura range, and most of the formation of Pachmari is dominated by the Gondwana rock formation, and that formation is mainly precipitous curve and precipitous sandstone and colorful sandstone. And this photograph provides a panoramic views of Satpura range. From that photograph, we can easily identify the serial profiles, projected profile and superimposed profile. Through this line, we can easily identify the skyline profile of Pachmari. And there are series of serial profile within the naked eyes. Student can easily identify the series of serial profiles. A few glimpses of Pachmari's landscape. It's a Dhupghat, that is the highest point of Pachmari, and Pachmari is in the central depression, which is the escarpment zone, and one most remarkable landscape and remarkable attributes of Pachmari, that is the precipitous sandstone and hollow cave. Pachmari is famous for its karst topography, and this karst topography, not the conventional karst topography of dolomite or the limestone. It is just a karst topography, but it's purely precipitous sandstone. Methodology of fieldwork. It is segmented into the three parts: pre-field, field and post-field. Pre-field is the anticipation stage of fieldwork. It is a desk-based research. It includes the secondary database. We collected various relevant information from the published source, rather secondary data source, and from that stage we get preparation. We covered the literature review and we gathered the relevant information about the field area. Basically, pre-field stage is the preparatory stage of field work. Our priority is the field work. It is the micro level exploration stage to the student. And post-field work is basically the compilation of work of pre-field and the field. From post-field work, we gathered the information from secondary and primary data source. We tabulate all this, analyzed all this, and we can go for the final field report preparation. The fieldwork basically the participatory or the direct observation method. It is segmented into the two parts. First one is the landscape survey and second one is the socio-economic survey. Landscape survey is segmented into linear, that is transit, non-linear, that is aerial, sketches, photography and videos. And socio-economic survey is segmented to two parts: questionnaire survey and interview methods. Questionnaire survey includes various types of questionnaires and it is also divided into various categories according to our needs and objective. And interview methods includes two parts, that is individual interviews and the children's opinion.
Tools and technology which are very essential part of the field survey, mainly during the field and post-field. We use various tools like software, QGIS software, which is an open source software, and GIS software for mainly mapping purpose and representation in the map form, and Excel, which we use mainly for statistical analysis of the collected primary data, and then hardware, mainly computer, laptop, which has become a basic necessity now, and the survey instruments for mainly the dump level, Abney level, prismatic compass, clinometer, and these which are essential during the contouring survey, land use survey, and then GPS, which is an added feature now. So GPS handheld mainly, which will help in surveying the field, especially during the collection of sample, mainly soils. Then also geotagging the location to mainly make it more authentic and real time. Then geoportal also we visit, Google Earth, Bhuvan, and during the field also we may need some local help or the resource in the form of local guides. Then secondary data information collections. So to get the general idea about the place and the past history. So we collect secondary data information from various different organizations, mainly Government of India. So demographics from the Census of India, based on mainly on the latest census which is published. So in this case 2011 census. Meteorological, the climatic data, mainly temperature, rainfall from the IMD. Then the geology, mainly from the GSI. Relief from the Survey of India topo sheets. Then fluvial or drainage from also from the Survey of India topo sheets. Then satellite image, which will give us the idea about the current landscape from the Google Earth, Bhuvan and the USGS website. Then thematic map, mainly district level, from the organizations like NATMO, National Atlas Thematic Mapping Organization. Then pedology or the soil data, soil map from the National Bureau of Soil Survey. And land use and land cover data from the Bhu Sampada website of the NRSC, mainly from Bhuvan. Now survey themes. So what are the themes we cover during the survey? So we have a household survey, for which we prepared this in-depth household survey questionnaire, which contains the open-end, structure, closed. Then the market, which will give us the general idea about the goods and services sold and income, traffic and transport. It will give us general idea of the connectivity of the place, functional characteristics of the place, frequency, mainly we cover the frequency, ownership. Then the hotel. So hotel survey also we do cover, because to get the general idea about the tourism sector also, the bed occupancy, number of rooms available. Then we have this education. Also mainly we covered about the to know the literacy of the place, then the gender, educations, all things these are covered. Then health, security, so health, hospitals also is very important part. So in that also the numbers of doctor availability, the beds available, hospitals, PHC centers, all these are data are collected or mined. Then security, mainly we get from the police station survey, mainly about the crime rate, what type of crimes. Reference map for various thematic and base map preparations. So location map study area of Pachmarhi town. So from India, the state, then the district or the tehsil, then we have the town. So that is prepared. Then from the satellite imagery and the topo sheets also we prepare this Pachmarhi maps, base map, which will aid in the land use and land survey, and georeference topo sheets from the Survey of India. Then the Geological Survey of India map, from which we prepare this thematic map of mainly the lithology and the mineral characteristics. Now, based on the different map source, we prepared the pre-filled maps, mainly the serial profiles of Pachmarhi, which will give our the relief profile of the Pachmarhi area, mainly the projected, composite and serial profile. Then from the climatic secondary data collected from the IMD, we prepare the climatic chart, which will give about the general trend of the climate prevailing or the weather prevailing over the region. Then geological map we prepare based on the GSI map. Then drainage map from the Survey of India topo sheets. Then soil and natural vegetation map, mainly from the National Atlas and Thematic Mapping Organization. Now the main point is the field activities. So what we have discussed till now is mainly dealing with the pre-field. Now during the field activity, which is the most and the heart of the field survey. So in that we covered mainly in the physical section, we mainly covered the soil, relief, lithology, environmental factors. And soil mainly the sample collection, is new composition, its types, all these are collected, and the geolocation is also tagged. Then relief, that is with the help of instruments. So through contouring method, dumping level, longitudinal profile, if there is any river. So we plot. Next, lithology. So the what type of rocks are found, formed, any unconformity. So it is video, recorded, photographed, and also samples are collected. Then environmental also, mainly what are the types of natural vegetation available, any types of pollutions, then any hazards, natural hazards and man-made hazards. Then you can see the glimpse, some examples, photo we would like to share, topographic survey, during topographic survey with the help of instruments. So it is a very tedious process in which the teams are formed and given specific tasks. And next we have is the glimpse of important landform features we have recorded or photograph. So the Handiko Ravine, it is a very important geomorphological features and important tourist sites, infamously known as the Suicide Point. Then we have this red sandstone formation. So most of the Pachmarhi formations, mainly you'll find the red stones with some stratifications, influence of water. So honeycomb pattern, that is honeycomb weathering. Then you can see the very beautiful V-shaped valley profile of the Pachmarhi Satpura range. Then conglomerate belt, you can see conglomerate belt near Apsara Falls. Pachmarhi is also marked with different and beautiful waterfalls. Then you have the Pachmarhi town in the northern side. We have these hillocks or the rock outcrop. Then this is the famous archaeological sites and linked with mythology, mainly with the Mahabharata Pandava cave. Then the Jatasangar cave, very important pilgrimage site. Huge tourists flock during this Mahashivratri. Then sandstone hillock. Then weathering features, different types of weathering, chemical, mechanical. You can clearly see from the color. Now Pachmarhi, again we have this Biosphere Reserve, Pachmarhi Biosphere Reserve or the Satpura Biosphere Reserve, which is given the UNESCO Heritage Tag in 2009, and it is an important place for the tourists to visit. Now coming back to the cultural side of the survey, so in that it is mainly human interaction, interview method. So through demographic we collect attributes, economic, then the social attributes. These are the three major themes we collect. Now in the demographic, mainly the caste category, gender, religious, occupation, structure, household, literacy, and the economic, mainly the income structure, the ownership, and market, then financial institutions, amenities, then social health, transport, drinking water supply, so connectivity, power, education centers, any recreations and festivals, then also crime factor also we collect. Now you can see we have shared again some glimpse of the household survey conducted by students, door-to-door survey, interacting with various levels of the society. Another thing is in the social cultural survey also we mainly map the land use pattern of the Pachmarhi town area ward wise. So in that You can have the open space, built up land, any vegetation, urban vegetations, natural vegetations, water bodies, roads, transport, infrastructure, all these are collected and mapped and are beautifully represented with the help of scale. Here on the right side, left side, you can see again the land use is compared with the how land use changes with the topographic change. So after the collection of the data, again this is mainly the post-field work. So education institutions. So these are some representation, statistical representation in the form of graphs, diagrams, cartograms, pictures. So educationals, mainly class-wise. You have enrollment, gender, caste, category, all themes are represented here. Then hotel survey also, and it is tabulated, analyzed and represented. Next we have the market survey again, traffic transport survey. These are report are prepared. Then now coming back to the house types. What are the house types? It will give you the idea about the living conditions and the standard of living of the region, and even also about the environment factors, because some of the houses are built as per the availability of local materials and the environment, surrounding environment. So Pachmarhi, as we observe, mainly you don't find multi-story except multi-story building and pakka house, except the government buildings and the cantonment area where it is mostly pakka house, government buildings and hotels which are multi-story and well built with permanent structures. Apart from that, the general living conditions and the general house pattern is mainly semi pakka or kacha house, and that also not more than 2 story. You can easily clearly identify from the picture. There is another example, mainly mixed of wood and cement. Here you can see the roof types. Here you can see the very beautiful picture comparative. One is the pakka house, one is the kacha house. Tin roof, then you have the tile roof, and these are the, you can find dotted with hotels, as it is a tourism center and tourism is throughout the year. Now important landmarks of Pachmarhi. This is a cantonment board. Since as we known, this is from the British era, it is a garrison. So cantonment board Pachmarhi also covers major part of the town. Then this is the general hospitals Pachmarhi. Then this is one of the schools, English medium school. Then vegetable market, Anganwadi center. This is the bus stands, and this is the entrance gate to Pachmarhi, the Octrai gate. This is a parking space, and Bharat Scouts. That is a, you can say, a headquarter. Then this is cantonment board run primary school. Then you have this interpretation center. It is like a museum, natural museum, where different samples of rocks are displayed, different cultural practices are recorded, photographed. Here you have this dispensary run by Pachmarhi Cantonment Board. Then this is the park, recreation spot. And this is one of the example religious temple, the Durga Mandir.
After successful completion of pre-field, field and post-field work, we, the student of geography, prepared our final survey report on Pachmarhi. Let's have a look of our survey report on Pachmarhi. This is the cover page of our reports, then preface,
acknowledgement and content, and the various chapters 1, 2, 3 and 4, and ultimate conclusion.
We thank to be with us on the journey of virtual field survey at PACHMARHI.